What do an Elvis impersonator, white supremacists, and a member of the Manson family have in common? Well, they've all tried to kill an American president. These 5 presidents survived multiple assassination attempts, some by the skin of their teeth. President Harry S. Truman came into power at the end of World War II in 1945 and finished his second term in 1953. Presiding over the United States' transition from World War II to its decades-long Cold War with the USSR, the White House quotes Truman as once saying, "I felt like the moon, the stars, and all the planets had fallen on me." Truman made a good target for people's woes not once, but twice. As the New York Times recounted, militant Zionist group the Stern Gang sent some letter bombs to the White House in 1947. As for the motivation behind the attack, while Truman supported the creation of Israel in 1948, he also advocated for Palestinian sovereignty over Palestinian areas within the Holy Land. Truman's second survived assassination attempt also featured militant nationals, this time Puerto Rican. 2 members of the Puerto Rican Nationalist Party crept up to the presidential Blair House shortly after 2 p.m. on November 1, 1950. Pistols in hand, they hoped to shoot through Secret Service guards and kill Truman. Instead, the inexperienced gunmen bungled the job and were gunned down, but not before one of them mortally wounded a police officer. The inheritor of Richard Nixon's resignation and the ongoing Vietnam War, Gerald Ford was nonetheless well received when he took over Nixon's second term in 1974, and yet Ford wound up being targeted for assassination twice within the same month, both times by ill-prepared women under strange circumstances. On September 5, 1975, a tiny lady carrying a big gun and wearing a hand-sewn Little Red Riding Hood outfit walked up to President Ford near Sacramento's Capitol Park as Ford walked to a meeting. But rather than shake Ford's hand like he was expecting, the woman lifted her gun. She was immediately disarmed by Secret Service agents who found her gun unloaded. She wound up spending 34 years in prison. The 26-year-old Lynette Alice Squeaky Fromm was a member of the Manson family and wanted to kill Ford for his supposed crimes against Californian redwood trees.
I got tangled in the web. Sometimes I wish the spider would have eaten me.
17 days later, on September 22nd, Sarah Jane Moore took aim at Ford as he left his San Franciscan hotel to head to a nearby political convention. She got off 2 shots, missed Ford, but hit someone in the crowd who survived. She stayed in prison until 2008. According to the Los Angeles Times, she thought that her actions could save the world. She had also undergone psychiatric treatment and was arrested a mere 2 days prior with a revolver in her purse. Bill Clinton took over during a stable, prosperous decade in U.S. history from 1993 to 2001. Nonetheless, his presidency preceded the U.S. War on Terror during the George W. Bush administration, and thus presaged growing global socio-political instabilities. Such instabilities account for one of the assassination attempts against Clinton. The first attempt on Clinton's life was far from politically motivated, though. As Politico writes, 38-year-old Frank Eugene Corder flew a small airplane straight into the White House lawn in 1994, apparently aiming for Clinton's bedroom, but falling short. The second attempt on Clinton's life came from terrorist organization Al-Qaeda in 1996. The attempt took place in Manila in the Philippines, where Filipino authorities discovered a bomb on a bridge and AK-47s in a nearby SUV. The plot, it seems, was to detonate the bomb as Clinton's motorcade passed over the bridge. 2 years later in 1998, relatedly or not, Clinton approved multiple plans to capture and/or kill Al-Qaeda leader Osama bin Laden. Folks might not realize exactly how many assassination attempts Barack Obama survived. In what is an almost comically long list of foiled assassination plots, many of which are bizarre, if not daffy, Obama drew the ire of white supremacists, paramilitary organizations, former U.S. servicemen, jihadists, KKK members with a homemade death ray, a minor actor, an Elvis impersonator, and more. Many plots never made it past the planning phase. Some took place even before Obama took office. The U.S. Justice Department explained that Marine Lance Corporal Cody Brittingham plotted to assassinate Obama ahead of his inauguration and was sentenced to more than 8 years in prison. That same year, in 2008, several white supremacists got caught by Denver police traveling to the Democratic National Convention in a truck full of guns and meth. Meanwhile, several members of the paramilitary organization FEAR, aka Forever Enduring, Always Ready, plotted in 2012 not only to assassinate Obama, but overthrow the U.S. government. 2 years later, in 2014, Iraq War veteran Omar J. Gonzalez jumped the White House fence with a knife to hunt Obama. Out of the numerous other assassination attempts on Obama's life, actress Shannon Guess Richardson and Elvis impersonator James Everett Dutchka stand out. In 2014, they both tried mailing Obama ricin in envelopes.
Well, I'm glad they got him.
And so, we come to Donald Trump, the most recent president to survive multiple assassination attempts. 3 of these attempts happened during Trump's actual presidency from 2017 to 2021, but have been overshadowed by the recent shootings against Trump mere months apart in 2024. The first presidential assassination attempt on Trump featured a forklift as a weapon, and so falls firmly in the wacky category. In September 2017, 42-year-old Gregory Leingang targeted Trump during Trump's visit to a North Dakota oil refinery. A prosecutor told the Grand Forks Herald the intent was to basically try to get to the limo, flip the limo, and get to the president, and he wanted to kill the president. At some point, Leingang gave up because the forklift got stuck. Police caught him as he was trying to run away. The next 2 assassination attempts featured the ricin in an envelope trick, both of which failed. And of course, we've got the attempt on Trump's life by 20-year-old Thomas Matthew Crooks at a Trump rally in Butler, Pennsylvania on July 13, 2024. Crooks was shot and killed after firing at Trump.
Take a look at what happened.
Most recently, we've got 58-year-old Ryan Wesley Routh, who took shots at Trump on September 16th while Trump was playing golf at Trump International Golf Club in West Palm Beach, Florida. Routh was apprehended, and facts about his case are currently surfacing.